Hey friends, thanks for tuning in to Tony's Tips. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you some really good encouragement on how to keep your weight off. So stay tuned for that. But first, I want to talk about last week's email. Apparently, we had some technical difficulties. I've received some messages from some of you that you never got the email that will allow you to opt in to continue receiving these videos. And that's because we're changing companies, much more efficient, and we'll be able to send pictures and not be limited to like 162 characters when we type you a message. So if you want to keep receiving these weekly videos, my goal and my heart is to support and encourage you and offer you tips, things to think about, and just things to help you along your journey. There was an email that we sent this morning. Today's Tuesday, and that email went out with some simple instructions how you can just sign up and you'll continue receiving these. And if you don't do that, this will be your last one. So unless you subscribe to my YouTube video channel. So, and you can do that, I think, just from when you're done watching this, I think you can just hit subscribe underneath. Anyway, and then let's see. First, I just want to tell you guys before I talk about how to keep your weight off. Sunday night at 5:50 p.m. Eastern Time, our fifth grandchild was born. His name is Vinny. 9 pounds, 9 ounces, takes after his papa. That's me. I was 10 pounds. And he was born to Spencer and Giovanna. And they're in the Bronx, and Brenda's been there since the 28th of February, waiting that arrival, and he finally came. So she'll be coming home in a few days. Looking forward to seeing my bride, but so excited about Vinny and a new life to celebrate. So just wanted to share that with you. Also, my daughter-in-law is so excited to do the Nursing Moms program, and it's just so great, you guys. Whether you just had a baby or whether you just got back from vacation or whether you've spent years of overeating, we have a tool that works. And I know sometimes it can be a struggle. This is truly a battle for many of us. I'm down 16 pounds since going back on program. All that traveling and just hanging loose caught up to me. And I'm really enjoying, took me, stepping across that line. But once I did, I knew all along what I was going to do. And once I did, it's just fun to have something that works, a go-to that you know is going to work every time. So I encourage you to stay with it. Keep your health as one of your highest priorities. And then for long term, I hope you're tuning in, watching The Habits of Health. The email that we sent out last night, every Monday night, you've been receiving our weekly email with encouraging tips and pictures and stories. But it also has how to log in on the Wednesday night, 6:30 Mountain Time, the weekly Habits of Health class. And you can also subscribe to that, to the or you can just go to the archives on YouTube. So look at last night's email if you haven't read that, and you'll see how you can watch that weekly Habits of Health or subscribe to the YouTube channel. And that's 30 minutes to encourage you with other health coaches, other clients, and people that are just helping you with going the distance. And speaking of that, that's what I want to talk about last. I have said almost, probably over 5 or 6 years now, one, when you get to your goal weight, draw a line. And maybe even if you stop before getting to your goal weight, draw a line in the sand that says, this is my max pain threshold. And if I gain back X number of pounds, I'm going to go back on program for a week. And let me just tell you, I've had so many people tell me they wish they had done that. I'd suggested it to them and they were going to do it and then they didn't. And all of a sudden 5 pounds became 10. And before you know it, 10 was 20. And I've had people gain back 100 pounds before. So would you like to re-lose 100 pounds or would you like to re-lose 5 pounds? And it's hard, but I would encourage you to step out in faith and say, I'm going to order extra food and it's going to be in my cupboard and it's enough to do the program for 1 week. And let's say you get down to your goal weight, let's say it's 150 and you hit 150 and you go, okay, great. If I ever see 155 and I'm going to weigh every week, and if that ever says 155 or more, I'm going back on program for 1 week. No, you're not going to want to. I didn't want to. I didn't follow my own advice. I wish I had. I still go, I can't believe I let myself go this far. Yes, it was fun eating across Australia, eating in New York, eating in West Yellowstone, Scottsdale, Arizona, Pismo Beach, California. There's been a lot of fun, a lot of travels, lots more trips I'm not even mentioning. But of course, eating out on the run more, traveling, you're just going to put on weight often. And of course, I could have made better decisions. I didn't. But now I'm doing what I'm doing because I know my go-to. I know how to get it off. I'm not going to let this stay here. There's no way. So if you get to that point where even if you stop before you get to your goal, one, we should chat about it. Two, are you up for drawing the line and saying and making a pledge to me, your coach, and saying, if I gain back 5 pounds, maybe it's 7, maybe it's 10, whatever your margin is, your max pain threshold, are you willing to say, I'm making a pact, I will go back on program for 1 week minimum and take off the extra weight that you put back on? I've done that probably every year since I lost my weight in 2009. And that's why I've been able to stay so close to my original goal weight that I reached way back in 2009. Because if I see it creeping up, I didn't always do it at 5 pounds, but I would go back on program for a tune-up and say, no, I'm not going to stay up here. I'm going back down. And that took some discipline, but I've done that, I think, every year for 9 years, 8.5 years. So whatever it takes, guys, you don't want to go back. You don't want to go back to where you started and revisit. You don't want to default back to the things that you did in the past that got you to that place. And it's not easy. So I just want to give you that to think about. And also, I welcome you for the rest of your life. If you would like to check in every week, I'll check back with you and just keep you accountable and help you with support and encouragement long after you reach your goal weight. So don't hesitate for that. Also, that YouTube of the Habits of Health is phenomenal. If you watch that every week, it'll really help keep you in the game. And lastly, for those of you that have checked in already this week, thank you. And those of you that have not, I would love to hear from you so I can update your file and your profile, and reach out and let me know if you'd like to chat this week if we haven't already. And you guys just keep your highest and best health in front of you. Maybe you have grandkids or kids you want to live longer for. Make health a high priority, and you'll be so glad that you did. God bless, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.